Welcome to the Voices of the Goddess podcast. We believe that there is a goddess inside each and every one of us. When we use our voice to share that goddess, we support and uplift each other. Join us each week as we interview women to receive the message of their goddess within.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Voices of the Goddess podcast. My name is Allyson Mancini, and I am your holistic nutritionist, and I'm joined here today by my awesome sidekick, Julietta.
Hi, I'm Julietta, the Magical PT. Welcome, everybody. We are here on our Voices of the Goddess podcast, interviewing other goddesses so that they can share the bits of wisdom that they have with you to help you become the goddess you are meant to be. Today we are joined by my friend Marcia. Thank you. She was also a last-minute guest filling in for somebody who got sick. So thank you so much for being flexible with us and stepping up here last moment for us. And I would love if you could please introduce yourself to our audience, tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hi everyone, Allyson and Julietta. Thank you so much for having me. I'm like super excited. I was telling Julietta I was walking the dog this morning, then she sent me the message and said, "Yay, that is so cool." Because I actually see you guys live on Facebook and I love what you have to offer and the amazing women that you talk with. So anyway, so my name is Marcia Chavez, Tinto. I'm originally from Brazil, live in this country for 20 years, and I did a lot of things in my life, from modeling to television to chemist and communication. That's my degree. And then I came to this country, and after becoming a chef, I became a massage therapist. Anything with my hands. I believe in healing through the hands, through the positive thinking and what I have in my mind. So that's what I do right now is my main job. I'm a massage therapist, also an esthetician, and I also work to a nonprofit called the Smart Ride, where I am responsible for the whole crew, over 300 people that we do in November. So,
wow, that's awesome!
Right.
Thank you. I like to be busy.
I just only know amazing women. Like everybody I know, like is just in doing so much and so involved with the community and doing amazing things with our life. So I feel very fortunate to know so many cool women. So thank you again for joining us, Marcia. And we are going to jump right into the questions. So the first question is, what is your superpower? Or if you don't know what your superpower is, what would you choose your superpower to be?
It's funny because I was thinking about that question. As an immigrant and somebody who lived in other countries, other cultures, and I have gone through a lot of stuff. So I was thinking, what is the right word to say? I call myself a warrior, but my superpower is resilience. Friends have told me that, my family, I rise like a phoenix. I burn down and I just come back again because I believe that I have to keep going. Doesn't matter what happened. So resilience is the word that definitely comes to me. I keep going. Doesn't matter what happened. I stand up again when I fall.
And even, I hope you're okay talking about it, but like this past year, you went through some really traumatic, yes. And look at you here now, looking better than ever.
Thank you. It's funny because when I see people on the street, I need to do like a real Facebook post, the long ones, which I don't like, but I was thanking this community. But some people come to me and they come and give me a hug and they say, "My gosh, it's so good to see you in one piece." And sometimes it's almost unbelievable what happened to me. And that, again, resilience. 3 times rollover in my car and I'm here with you girls. Yes, Allyson, you didn't know that. I was in the ER for 3 days and the seatbelt and my angels, all of them saved me.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a tough year in many ways, but I am again here. I came out of that car. The paramedics took me out because I couldn't because the car was destroyed. But But I have a reason to be here. I have a plan, and I'm following it.
Yes. Amen.
Amen.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
For those people listening to this as a podcast, you cannot see my face, but it's like my jaw is down to the ground, like blown away. That's awesome. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
All right. Our question number 2 is, what is a book, like what's your favorite book or a book that has greatly influenced your life?
Well, I read a lot. I love reading. And now that I discovered Audible, my life is even easier. I walk and I listen. So it's like amazing. But there are so many books that made a difference in my life. But I will say one that I have read many times and is in my nightstand is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle.
Mm.
I love that man. I love what he's about. And I love the teachings that he does about the moment, about living for this moment. And everything else is possible. Everything is past. Everything is future. But now is when we have to put our energy on. So that is a book that I really go a lot to. Another one that is not so spiritual, metaphysical, but would be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That book has so many teachings and has nothing to do just with money. It's really a powerful book. But The Power of Now is my main one.
We have a lot of people talk about Think and Grow Rich. I think it's such a classic and such a great book. I think the first time I actually read it was in college because I went to a small business college that was really about training up entrepreneurs. In fact, one of our previous guests, she and I went to the same college. And well, they always talked about, Think and Grow Rich. I'm sorry. So Think and Grow Rich, is such a powerful book. And I think it's such a great book for young people to read too, because like you just said, it's not just about money. It's about mindset. It's about how you look at things. But I will tell you, Julietta, I've got another book to add to my list today because I've never read The Power of Now.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I know. With
Allyson, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
I have seen that man live, actually.
Really?
I hear to him. I saw him live. I follow him. It's amazing that you're gonna love that book. So please do.
I will for sure. It's going on my list right now.
Yay.
Well, and as is more common, I have read both of these books. Like each time we record, we do 4 episodes in a row, and in these 4 episodes that we've done, 3 books were mentioned that I have not read. So I've got new books to add to my list, which is fantastic. But The Power of Now is a great book, a great message, and Think and Grow Rich too. Like, you think it's about money, and it's about so much more than money. So it's a great read.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
definitely recommend both of them to our readers. All right, our next question, and I'm sure you as a massage therapist and an esthetician can sing the praises of doing self-care, but what is your favorite self-care practice?
Oh my gosh. Well, I do a lot of self-care, especially after last year. I won't lie, I was a little lazy about that before my accident. The accident opened my mind for a lot of things, including time to myself. But believe it or not, you would imagine the first thing I would say is massage, correct? And it is to me number 2. I can't live without massage. I love that. It's live. I love that. But my number 1, followed very close by number 2, massage, is stillness. It's doing absolutely nothing. And when you hear the power of now, but when I'm talking about is I sit outside or I walk on nature, I'm walking my dog, whatever that is. I need moments with my own self. I need just turn off my mind from everything and just listen. The birds, the rain, whatever that is. And it's kind of a live meditation. It's just stillness and doing absolutely being, because I do a lot. So I need to be sometimes.
That's a huge message for our audience, because especially in modern times, like, we as women are doing, and like, we attach so much of our value to what we do, and we're human beings. We get to spend more time being,
Yeah.
and being in that stillness. There's so many magic moments available to us when we find the stillness.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you said it totally right. It's so much creativity. It comes to you when you take time to empty your mind and just let it go of everything and be yourself. Take deep breaths. But again, my list is huge. I do a lot of self-care, but stillness is number one for me, followed by my wonderful magical massage, which I think I can't live without it.
We were just talking about that in another one of our interviews, and I said one of the things I sometimes feel like I need to do is nothing. Like, just, and what I usually do is I grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and I'll sit at my kitchen table and stare out the window, and I just need to just sit there and just be, like you just said. And I feel so much better, and I don't do it for very long, but I just need that moment to do nothing, because we are constantly going, constantly.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right. Our last question, and just for some history, Marcia, this came out of some market research that we did before starting our podcast to find out what the goddesses out there are looking for help with. And the thing that came up time and time again is accountability. And how do you create accountability in your life?
That's an awesome question. I was talking with a friend of ours, actually, the wonderful photographer, Graciela Valdez. We had a beautiful conversation yesterday when I received my beautiful pictures boudoir that I did.
Ooh, I want to see these.
Oh yes, it's so beautiful. It self-care again. Anyway, so accountability. I never was diagnosed with ADD. But I believe sometimes I am. Sometimes I believe because I have the ability to space out. However, I now belong to a mastermind group, which we also read the book Think and Grow Rich, and I have an agenda. Um, but the group is really what keep me accountable, because they support me on my dreams, on my plans, and there is somebody, a body, or the group in itself that is helping you to go to the next level. So it's something that I'm really glad that I participate, because I need that. I need that in my life, because sometimes I do have the tendency to procrastinate and let it go. But I can't, because I am involved in so many things and I do so many things in general, that I need to have a support group, let's put that way, that help me. And I have a therapist too, which I never thought in my life I would need one. But after last year, with everything that happened, I got myself a wonderful psychotherapist. And guess what? It's not a disease, it's not ugly, it's not wrong. Sometimes you need to have somebody there that can support you and tell you,
Absolutely.
or discuss with you things that you don't feel comfortable telling other people, maybe. And great friends.
I love that you brought that up, because I, as a young child, my parents got divorced when I was 12. And back in the 80s, that was not a common thing here in the United States for people to get divorced. And so there was a lot of stigma attached to it. And my mom made me go to therapy, and I hated it. I hated it. I think on the outside, I hated it. But when I look back at it as an adult, I think I really found value in it, and I did need it. But that led me to, my husband and I went through counseling together. I've done counseling on my own with a therapist. I cannot I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because no one's brought that up in our interviews. And it is so critical. Actually, Julietta and I have a very, very good friend who's a therapist. And I kind of feel like I'm cheating sometimes because she's my friend and I get to talk to her and she's a therapist. But it's so, so valuable. And I love that you brought that up. And the mastermind group is amazing. And side note, Graciela is pretty incredible. And I need to do boudoir pictures, but that's on a side.
Yes, you're going to love it.
Oh my gosh, wait, you're going to die. So my daughter, Marcia, my daughter is 21 and I gave her the job of going through all the family photos the other day because I just needed to get them cleaned up. And she's home for the summer from college. And my mother had boudoir pictures done back after her divorce in her 40s. And I, for some reason, ended up with all my mother's pictures. I don't know why. My mom's alive. She lives in Texas, but I have all her pictures. So I hear my daughter go, "Oh my gosh, Mom, what is this?" I'm like, "What?" She shows me this picture. It's from my mom's boudoir pictures. She's like, "Is that Grandma?"
Love your mom.
She goes, "Is that Grandma?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's Grandma. And she looks beautiful." She's like, "That's just embarrassing." I'm like, "Honey, she was in her 40s. She had just gone through a terrible divorce. It gave her such great power to do those." And she's like, "Okay, but I just have to put them away." I was just laughing.
Yes, absolutely. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. When Graciela revealed to me yesterday, and I was looking, it has nothing to do with sexuality. It's not just that. It's empowerment. It's our beauty, our internal and external beauty.
Yep.
And she has the power to take that off. And one of my pictures, I went all the way to Miami with a lady who did a Brazilian outfit since I couldn't go to Brazil to get my real personality come out. That one I might post. And my last picture is me with a carnival Brazilian outfit because that's who I am. I am Rio de Janeiro girl. I am Copacabana girl, and I am Brazil. That's where I'm born, as my roots are. So my last picture is me with a huge carnival type of thing on my head, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I want to see those. I'm sure they're amazing. And you know what you said about it's okay, yes, they are sexy and whatever, but that's not what the shoot's about. It is about like connecting with your true self and who you are. And it is so empowering. And Graciela had a happy hour at her studio on Friday that I went to. And there was someone there who had just, Graciela, she puts your photos in a video format for you to look at for the reveal. And so the girl that was there getting her, seeing her reveal for the first time, she shared her video with us so we could watch it. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. I'm like, I remember seeing mine, and it wasn't at the studio because Graciela didn't have the studio yet. Mine was actually at the coffee shop up the street from there. But I just remember that experience. And I asked Graciela, I'm like, do you still have my video? Can you play it? I'd love to share it with these women, And so she pulled it up for me and she played, and seeing that video again was so moving and beautiful. I was just like, wow, I've forgotten about a lot of those shots, and that photo shoot really helped me change how I see myself. And to watch that video again, it was just it's a whole new level of, now I'm like, I want to do another photo shoot. When I was a person, I hate having my picture taken, but let's do it.
Yes, I love that. Love yourself first.
Yeah.
Love.
So I want to see some of your pictures, Marcia.
I will show you.
Yay. Woo. All right. It's time for takeaways. Allyson, you got a takeaway?
I think my takeaway, and I don't know anything more than what she's revealed here on this podcast today, but my takeaway is you made a comment, Marcia, after we talked about your accident, and you said, I have a purpose. I'm here for a reason. I'm meant to be here. And I think that that's a huge takeaway for me. And I hope our listeners hear that. And that's kind of been a little bit of a running theme today with the women we've interviewed, is that you do have a purpose and what you're passionate about, and you do have a reason for being here. And don't ever let anybody tell you it's silly or you shouldn't do it and don't be fearful. Listen, if you need support, reach out to us. We're happy to support and encourage. And that's what we need to be as a community of women, is support one another in what we are passionate about. And that's one of the reasons we started this podcast. So thank you for sharing that. And I just want to encourage anyone out there, you have a purpose. You may not totally know what it is yet, but you will find it. And listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, right?
So, Allyson, my takeaway, I don't know if you're ready for this.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. What?
We need to start a mastermind.
Oh, don't. Actually, that's a really good idea. I don't know how to do that, but it's all good. It's all figure outable. And you know me.
We didn't know how to do a podcast either yet. Yeah. Here we are.
You know me. You listen, you put it in my lap, and if you feel strongly about it, I'm with you.
I can help you, girls, because I have been going through one for months, and it's amazing. And because coming from you is going to be a whole different type, on the holistic side, mastermind. Mm-hmm. So, yes, we talk about it.
Oh, just give me chills. Oh my gosh, Julietta. Thank you for the suggestion.
Welcome.
Okay. All right, Marcia, what is your takeaway?
Well, my takeaway, my gosh, you guys are amazing. Thank you for having me here. But definitely, it's just solidified what I think about the living the moment. You told me about this interview this morning. I was a little nervous, but it's all about being yourself, like you guys are. Like the dog bark, I was nervous. I talked to Julietta, my dogs are going to bark. It's about this moment that's all we have is right now and right here. And being in community, being with magical women that try to lift each other and do things like you both are doing. It's absolutely fantastic. And I'm honored to be part of this interview today and be able to contribute to whatever little that I know that I can share.
Okay, so I just have to say that as the three of us were doing our takeaways, I'm like, she was supposed to be right here today. This is exactly how it was supposed to play out because there was such a purpose. This has been such an amazing interview, so rich. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you were last minute. Definitely not the least. That's for sure. All right. And there it goes again.
There you go. I love that.
Confirmation. Yes.
Oh, exactly. I love it. Thank you, ladies.
I feel bad for the person who's supposed to be here who's not feeling well, and I hope she feels better real soon. But, everything happens as it should happen, and this was completely perfection. So I just want to thank you again, Marcia, for joining us and subbing in last minute with no notice. You did fantastic. This was an amazing, amazing podcast. I hope lots of people watch this because there's lots of good nuggets in here. And I want to thank our audience for watching. And if you've enjoyed the show, please share it with your friends. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, our podcast. And if you need information about anything we talked about in the show, check the comments, check the show notes. It's all going to be there for you. Easy links to click on. So thank you, everyone. And I wish you all a magical day.
I've got dogs barking in the background. So.
Bye.